Derek's in Kansas City. Hi, Derek. How are you?
Mr. Ramsey, I'm doing well. How you doing?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
Oh, good. Hey, so I got a question. Growing up, I wasn't super financially responsible, and I think that's how we are as kids. Try not to be. I've gotten a lot better over the years. Credit score got high. I ended up moving from San Diego to Kansas City about 3 years ago. I had some credit card debt that I turned into being irresponsible again, probably, 5 years ago. Ended up getting charged off, and I owe about $8,900. Well, I got a notification in the mail the other day about a court hearing on the 30th of this month, obviously to get their money back, which is fair. I guess my question is, what I'd done is I called them and tried to do a settlement for a percentage of the total amount. They agreed to it. They agreed to a higher rate than I was comfortable paying at the time. And now I'm left with the decision of, do I pay that amount? Or I also have a truck that I only owe $8,200 on. If I pay that off,
do you have any money?
I do. So I have about $12,000 in savings.
Okay. What can you get the credit card company to agree to settle for right now?
$5,000.
Okay, that's pretty high. How old is the debt?
Oh gosh, I would say 5 years. 4 years.
They paid about a nickel on the dollar for it.
Okay.
So on a $10,000 debt, they paid $500 for it.
Okay.
Roughly.
Would you recommend getting an attorney? I got a ton of emails. And
no, I just want you to beat on them. I just want you to beat on them a little harder and get them down to about $3,000.
Okay. I had offered 35.
Yeah.
After doing some research online, and
yeah.
it was like 60%. And they said no, that company will never go that low. And
yeah, yes, they will.
I know.
What you've got to do is just keep messing with them and just go, well, I have $4,000. If you want to settle this today, we can settle it today. Now, here's the couple of rules. Number one, you can tell a credit card collector is lying if their mouth is moving.
Okay.
It's scum that you're dealing with.
Sure.
Bottom feeders. And so, and if you're a credit card collector out there and you don't like me saying that, you should get a different job to prove that you're not scum. So, because nobody stays in that business, it's not scummy. It is a nasty but business. They lie. I am not kidding you. We've dealt with them for 30 years. Major household names like American Express, Bank of America, Citibank will lie to you. It is unbelievable, okay? It's hard to believe, and you think I'm being melodramatic. I'm not. I've done this for a long time. First time or two it happened to me, I was shocked, but it's just the way it is. So, get it in writing or it didn't happen.
Okay.
And if it can be an email, that's fine. An email from that organization and with the account number on it, and it says this account is settled in full if you pay $4,000 by January 15th or whatever. Okay?
Okay.
Then you do not.
It had been charged off.
Rule number one, in writing or it didn't happen. Rule number two is they do not get electronic access to your checking account under any circumstances.
Okay.
They will clean you out. They'll take $8,900 out of your account if you give them the account that's got $8,900 in it, and then try to get that back because you owe it. You're not getting it back. So a prepaid debit card that is transacted one time and then closed, a wire is fine, but I wouldn't give them electronic access to a bank account under any circumstances, a traditional bank account, because they'll take your money out of there and you won't be able to pay your rent.
Okay.
In writing, no electronic access to your checking account. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And you ought to be able to get them down to 4 anyway. You already got them to 5. I'm really surprised they're as high. They wouldn't take $3,500. I really am.
Yeah, so I guess is that normal for, it's not at this agency anymore. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the company.
They bounce it around all over the place. They've probably sold the debt for a nickel on the dollar, and the people collecting it are sitting in a boiler room with there's a whole room full of cubicles with people with headsets on dialing people like you.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's an attorney. I ended up calling them.
No, they're not. They work for an attorney, and there's 72,000 of them in this one room. It's a boiler room. They have one attorney in there, and you're just a widget. This is not Matlock.
So, do you think the $3,000 or $3,500, I should be good with that, or should if they say
3 to 4? If you can settle this
that?
for 3 or 4, and you've got the money, and you can get it out of your life, finally, get it out of your life. But again, in writing, no electronic access to your checking account.
Okay.
You're dealing with a debt buyer. They bought $1 million worth of debt for a nickel on the dollar, and they're out there collecting it, and they finally found somebody that their phone number actually worked.
Sure.
Or you called them, so now they got your phone number. Do not give them any information, by the way, on you, like where you work or anything else about you.
Yeah, that's too late. So they had asked that. I let them know. Didn't know. I should have called you sooner.
Yeah, well, they're going to use that against you, too, because they're going to garnish your dadgum wages if they take this judgment now.
Or they'll call where you work.
Yeah, they're going to bug the crap out of you.
They'll tell your admin or your boss.
So settle this 3, 4, 5,000 somewhere in there. Get it settled. And I would just tell the guy, listen, I have money in my hand. If you want credit for this account before Christmas, we can do the deal right now. You want to play? Let's dance, baby. And just mess with him. Because he's not used to actually talking to people. He's used to leaving voicemails all day long, and he actually is talking to a person. He's about to wet himself. He doesn't know how to handle this. And you're dealing with a guy who's not been on the job even 90 days. Their turnover rate inside these collection companies like this is about 40 days. Most people make it a month and 10 days, and then they're gone to something else because it's a job. It's the worst job in the world. It sucks. How would you like to call people all day long and mess with them? Oh, God. I mean, you got to have psychological disorder to do that as a career. And so, anyway, that's who you're dealing with, is some kid in a cubicle 500 miles away with a headset on. Think of every movie you've ever seen. You've got it in your head, right? That's the deal. And just mess with them. And that it's not a lawyer. There is a lawyer somewhere in the background, but you're not talking to a lawyer. You're not even talking to a paralegal. You're not even talking to anybody who could pass the first week of a paralegal test. So not even close. So just mess with them and push on through, and you'll get there.